Every year, the best team in England is decided by the Premier League, but today it will be decided by a match of King of the Heel. Manchester City is last year's champion, so their club is the Hill. And every round, someone is chosen who will fight their way to the Hill. In this case, it is Southampton. And since Southampton and Manchester City do not border each other, they have to go through Brentford first, but Brentford is not happy about that, and they will defend their territory in a football match. And since neither team is king, whoever scores the first goal wins. So if Southampton scores first, then they take over Brentford. But if Brentford scores first, then they take over Southampton. The last country remaining and who has Manchester City under their control is the new champion. From England, first we have Bournemouth, and for Bournemouth, to get to City, they must first go through Southampton. This might be the team that is the furthest away. Not the biggest match to start with, but still a thriller. Bournemouth, Southampton. I'm just curious who will eventually walk away with that crown. Fernandez Archer in between.
Nope.
There's Diplink Keeper. Very important save. Archer for Southampton in between. There is the bling again, and now it's 1-0, 17 minutes played. Southampton goes through, and Bournemouth is out. Yes, it can go that easily. Round number 2, we get Nottingham Forest, and for Nottingham Forest, to get to City, they have to go through Manchester United. They are just not quite there. Definitely. Here we go. One of the biggest clubs in England is among the first to take action. It is a number. In the meantime, there comes Chris Wood. Oh no, surely not. Højlund intercepts. That ball, Rasmus Højlund even. How is it still? 0-0, you would ask. Garnacho in between. There is Højlund in extra time. Already 92 minutes played, and then it's a hit. United survives, and Nottingham Forest is eliminated. United now much bigger. 18 teams still to go in the Premier League. Round 6. Number 3 is Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace has a few clubs to pass, including Leicester and United. First things first, they need to try to get past Leicester. The first chance was also for Crystal Palace. Here comes Sarr.
Nope.
There is Hermansen Sarr. Passes by Leicester, and now Munoz, he gets inside. It is 1-0 Crystal Palace. Leicester City is eliminated thanks to the right back Munoz. This went faster than expected. Crystal Palace gets a bit closer. City, time for the next round. This way we are going through it very quickly. It's Chelsea. For Chelsea, we will see Crystal Palace in action again. Here we go. There are of course many battles around and in. Rounds to ultimately end up in Manchester. Sarr in between the will not. Matida. There is Sanchez and Kuko in between. To Neto, Pedro Neto with some speed can set it up for Sancho. There is Henderson with the save. Caicedo. Sancho turns open. Jadon Sancho, Dean Henderson, very important save. Fofana with Dewsbury Hall goes back, and then it's over. 120 minutes, almost nothing happened. It is time for penalties. So far, the first penalty shootout, Mateta scores from the video, and usually that is a bit more. Sancho also scores, so let's hope we don't take too many penalty shootouts, because I like it the least when Crystal Palace misses. I prefer that the team score during the match. Chelsea is ahead, and Kacha scores. I have to say, Dean Henderson, the man of the match, 100%. Fofana does score, so it wouldn't surprise me if Henderson saves another one. SAR doesn't score. Dewsbury Hall for Chelsea doesn't score. Dean Henderson saves it from the air. Now, Muniz has to. Joss scores, Munoz scores, and now it's all up to him. Dean Henderson, can he take the ball from Reece James? If he gets it, we go through. Reece James scores. Chelsea is through. Crystal Palace is eliminated, and Chelsea makes a big leap to the north. That is one thing that is certain. Everything is still happening a bit in London. Everyone is moving a bit north, but nothing is happening in the north yet. None of those 5 teams have turned around yet. That can change now. Which team is next? It's Brentford. I briefly thought it was going to be Chelsea again, and the fastest route for Brentford is through Chelsea again. So yes, I think every club in the south now has to go through Chelsea first. It's time for Chelsea against Brentford. What a shame. To the middle, Damsgaard. Second post. There's a lot of space there. Wissa heads it wide. Wissa. There's Sanchez and Bueno. And again Wissa, and then Tosin, but that's handball. It's a penalty for Brentford. In the 92nd minute, when that ball hits Tosin's hand, against all expectations, in comes and Bueno scores with the penalty. It is Eno Brentford in the very last minute, and Chelsea is eliminated. Wow, Brentford all the way there. I didn't see that coming, and Chelsea is removed from the 16 clubs still to go. Next up is Southampton. Yes, believe it or not, but Southampton really Finally has to get past Brentford to reach City. Brentford, Southampton. Not a big match, but an exciting one. Who will progress towards Manchester? Manning. Pass the ball to the far post.
Nope.
So much space. Doubling. But Vandenberg clears it. This could have been it. Again, Damska can go back to Mbueno. Indeed goes back, but to Norgard. He finds Wissa in the middle. Janelle and Bueno with space.
Nope.
Ramsdale and Wissa do not get to it. And if nothing happens for the rest of the match, suddenly this happens and you have to. Emo from very far, and Bueno, what do I see out of nowhere? And Bueno from about 30 meters unleashes a devastating shot toward the top corner. Southampton had no chance. Just look at how big Brentford is. They are almost next. West. Them United, I wish I could say something else, but they are going to play against Brentford. We are now at the point where I start hoping Brentford wins the whole video. Let's be honest, they deserve it. But first, West Ham United spot. Turner from the middle, Damsgaard, then Wissa to Mbuemo. There is Areola. Mbuemo is dangerous again, and after 120 minutes, it's time for penalties. Mbuemo scores. Ward-Prowse scores as well. Wissa does not score, is saved. Paqueta does score. West Ham is ahead after that save by Areola, who's been goalkeeping well the entire match. Jensen then scores. Irving against Vlekken. Irving scores. Norgard versus Areola. Norgard scores as well. And this way, it looks like West Ham will take the win home. They are now ahead 4-3. And this is all because of this man. Janelle has to score, and he does. And now it's all up to Vlekken or Mohammed. Coolers scores. It's over. Brentford is done, and West Ham takes the victory home. The Brentford fairy tale is over, but West Ham will continue it. Who's up next? By the way, we'll never forget that goal by Bueno. Let's be honest, it's Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal has to go through West Ham because it can't be otherwise. You expect. Welcome to the London Stadium. It's time for West Ham's defense against Arsenal. What's nice is that I actually went to this match. They played in exactly the same stadium with the same uniforms. Everything exactly the same. Didn't you see that short time? Now, right here. It was really cool. Anyway, it ended 5-1 or something like that. Trossard. Whoa, here we go almost. Trossard once more. There's Odegaard, Areola. It remains 0-0. Kudus with some space. Mohammed with Kudus Raja in the last minute. And after 120 minutes, it is still a draw. That means another penalty shootout. Watt Proust against David Raja. Proust does not score. Raya saves. Is this already the end of West Ham? Trossard also does not score because Areola saves too. Paqueta scores. Will be. If there is someone who can win this match for West Ham, it is Areola. For now, it is Rice who scores, so learn so. Also scores. Inside post, Marino for Arsenal. He also scores convincingly. Jared Bowen scores as well. Martin Odegaard for Arsenal. Odegaard does not score. Areola saves. If Raya doesn't save it, it's over. Evan Ferguson for West Ham United scores. West Ham eliminates Arsenal and advances towards the king. How is it going? Even though Arsenal was better the entire match, you don't have much influence on a penalty shootout. Arsenal is eliminated. 13 teams remain on our wheel. We are going through it very quickly. Next is Aston Villa, and Aston Villa can choose, or West Ham of Liverpool. We've seen enough of West Ham, so it's time for something new. Aston Villa, Liverpool. I must admit, Arne Slot has a decent chance of coming out as the overall winner here. But first, they have to get past Aston Villa. Onana to Bailey, Leon Bailey, Allison, Gakpo past everyone. Robertson crosses it. There comes Trent Alexander-Arnold, kicks the blocked camera, but that goes against the hand. And that means handball against Aston Villa. A penalty for Mohamed Salah. Number Martinez saves, and we continue. Aston Villa survives Rashford past everyone. The last chance of the match. Marcus Rashford hits the post. It's a miracle that Liverpool is still alive here. We are now going to penalties. Who will take the victory of? So, then the question. It's actually Emiliano Martinez against Alisson McAllister. Liverpool scores in the lead. Marcus Rashford scores 2. Mohamed Salah for Liverpool scores 2. Inside post, like that. Salah. Yuri Tielemans scores 2, so decided. Ollie Watkins scores 2 for Aston Villa. Scores 2. Jota scores 2. Who will miss first? Is it Donny? Joel Mele. No, it's not Male. Maybe Alexander-Arnold? No, he lobs. Emiliano Martinez. Alisson. Kamara scores. Will it be Virgil van Dijk or Emiliano Martinez?
Nope.
It's Martinez. Now it's up to him. Allison or John McGinn? It's John McGinn. Aston Villa wins. Liverpool's eliminated, and Arne Slot has no chance for that title anymore. I have to admit that one had. I really didn't expect that. Just one more team, and then we are officially halfway. The next one is Brighton and Hove. Brighton really has a long way to go. They first have to get past West Ham. Will it be West Ham, or will it be Brighton advancing towards the throne? João Pedro speeds past everyone. In the middle, there's someone waiting for him, and he gets it too. Danny Well, back from everyone. Danny Welbeck chases it over. Very close, Pedro. -2 in one go. There comes Welbeck. 1-0 Brighton. It is over. West Ham United is knocked out, and Danny Welbeck and his team move on. And so West Ham has to trade in their spot again. Brother, Brighton is gigantic. Time for the next one. It's Brighton again, and Brighton now has to get through Manchester United to the city to come. Will it be United or will it be Brighton? Someone is going to get closer to that throne, and who it is, I'm very curious. João Pedro. It can't be already, can it? João Pedro. 4 minutes played. United is eliminated. Oh, what do I see for all the United fans there? I'm sorry, even FIFA has no faith in you. Brighton is now up against Manchester City, so everyone can end up there, except Wolves. Somehow he is still trapped. It was a short match for Manchester United. We quickly move on to the next one. This time it's Aston Villa. Aston Villa, I'm going for Everton. I can choose Brighton or Everton. I'm going for Everton. And that's more because I haven't seen Everton play yet. I'm just very curious. Aston Villa switches so nicely. Poe out. Branthwaite chests it. Watkins almost gets it in. Last chance of the match? Maybe so. Gonza ball drops. Tielemans clears it. It's time for penalties. Again, Calvert-Lewin for Everton scores. Tielemans. For Aston Villa, not scoring. Everton is ahead. NDI scores 2. Ollie Watkins also scores Alcaraz 4. Everton scores 2. Aston Villa in trouble. Malen just scores. It counts. Harrison scores as well. It's all up to him now. Pickford or Barkley. Barkley scores. If Martinez saves this, we continue. But he doesn't. Everton scores, and Everton goes through. Aston Villa is eliminated. Everton more to the south, and it increasingly seems so. That city remains the favorite. Although I have to say, Spurs is still in that corner too, and Newcastle is still there. 8 teams to go, so we're heading towards the round where every match is a final. First of all, it is the final. Newcastle United is the first team to fight against Manchester City. Welcome to the Etihad Stadium, the home of the Premier League at the moment. Phil Foden, savage. Oh, can Savinho take a shot here? Yes, he can. He shoots the ball against Burn, but that's Burn's hand. That means a penalty. Erling Braut Haaland scores. It's 1-0 City. The match is not over yet because in the final round we play the entire matches, so anything can still happen. That bag. Isaac to Anthony Gordon. Gordon hits the crossbar, and so the match ends. City wins, and Newcastle United is out. Manchester City remains the king for now, but who is next in line? That is the next question. It is Tottenham Hotspur, and Tottenham must first get through Brighton to reach City, so that is a match we will watch first before moving on to the finals. Still, your Pedro, I can. Do it again. João Pedro goes for goal again and scores against Tottenham and eliminates them. 20 minutes played. João Pedro again. He already eliminated Manchester United and now also Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham out. And there are only 5 teams left, of which the 3 cannot play in a final all at once. Well, there are still 6, but with the king included, there are still 5 teams fighting for that throne. First, Ipswich Town. Yes, they also have to get through Brighton. I wish them success with that. Brighton is in top form, so I'm curious if they can do it. Welbeck to Mint. Minister can turn, can pass the ball to Matoma, can correct. The ball falls to Baleba, who can strike. He does correct again. But this ball apparently hits Gus's hand. To what? The referee gives a penalty. Can we see that again? Gus really gets it literally on his hands. Now, I have to say, I didn't see the harm in it, but João Pedro sends the keeper the wrong way. It's 1-0 Brighton. It's over. Brighton moves on and also defeats Ipswich Town. Brighton is almost all of England. Meanwhile, there are still 4 teams fighting for that title. One already has it, of course. I'm just curious. Wolves is the next. Wolves first have to get past Everton or by Brighton. Let's take Everton. We haven't seen Wolves play yet, and Everton surprised us quite a bit in the previous round. What? By the way, what's this about? Why is it pink? Well, let's see who will win this match. Still Gomez in between. Here comes Geds. Geds. There is Pickford. Doucouré to Beto. Beto gets it past Beto. Beautiful. O'Brien. O'Brien for the cross, and that's Hans. That's how it can go. One more time. Cross from O'Brien. Hits the hand of Ait Nouri, and awkwardly, that's a penalty. All T in the name of Beto and Everton. Beto scores, Everton survives, and Wolves are eliminated. And now only 4 clubs, in total 3 clubs, will attack. The very first is Fulham, and Fulham is the only one not directly located in Manchester, so I think we'll go for Fulham against Everton. Everton just survives against Wolves, but once again, Fulham is the next one. Pepe Ducour!
Nope.
Just said. I thought it was in, but Ducour very close. Raul Jimenez intercepts that ball and should really finish this as a true striker. Indeed, Fulham scores. Everton is eliminated 16 minutes time. Everton fought so hard, and then finally Fulham, after 16 minutes of play, they take everything from them. These are the 3 finalists, and the first to attack, Fulham. Welcome back to the Etihad Stadium, where Manchester City will defend their title against Fulham. Foden, Savinho turns open. Savinho,
Nope.
There's Lino again. Fulham is struggling in the first 20 minutes. What a space for Savinho, who is the Holland on the turn. It's Lalana again. The left side is completely open, but so is the right. Adama Traore is fast. Smith Rowe is sent 1-on-1. Emil Smith Rowe past Ortega, and against all expectations, it stands here. 0-1 Fulham by Emil Smith Rowe. Can Fulham maintain this lead is the question. Well shot in by the ex-Arsenal man. 1-0 Fulham. Against all expectations, he can choose that. Erling Haaland, De Bruyne indeed.
Nope.
And there's Leno again. Leno in form. Cafino to Foden. Back post. Grealish post. And Leto. One more corner then. Phil Foden. Good cross.
Nope.
De Bruyne headed wide. It is over. Manchester City loses and Fulham takes the crown. Where at the beginning of the video, we started with a map full of Premier League winners. There are now 2 left. They are Brighton and Fulham. Since Fulham currently has Manchester in their hands, it's fair for them to play at home. These 2 clubs fully deserve their place in the final, and I always enjoy it when the underdog goes further than expected. We all thought that a City, Liverpool, United, or Arsenal would win here, but instead the final is now between Fulham and Brighton. Free kick for Fulham. Luka Jovic. Adama is coming, but there's Robinson and then Van Hecke who clears it, but with his hand, it's a penalty for Fulham. What is happening with Jean-Paul Van Hecke? He just gets the ball, unfortunately, against his hand. It's incredible, but true. Raul Jimenez can score 1-0 for Fulham here, and he does. It's 1-0. Fulham, 8 minutes played, but the match is far from over, believe me. But then this happened. Oh, there's Welbeck out of nowhere. I didn't even notice. It's tied after 70 minutes played. Danny Welbeck makes it 1-1. Wouter Welbeck can go through in one move. There's Bale,
Nope.
but he can't get it past Leno. Even in extra time, it's still tied. Weaver from very far. Weaver hits the post. And so the match ends at 120 minutes played. It's tied, which means a penalty shootout to determine the winner. Will it be Fulham or will it be Brighton? Raul Jimenez scores. Danny Welbeck scores too. Pereira scores as well. I have to say Brighton. With all the Dutch, think of Weaver and Verbruggen. Meanwhile, Brighton scores. By the way, Veltman, I am more for Brighton than for Fulham. At this moment, Iwobi scores, according to your opinion. Scores too. I completely forget about Hacken, who of course plays for Brighton as well. Ruda also scores. So far, it's completely even. 6 Sean against Verbruggen, 16. John scores. Verbruggen needs to step up. If Adina doesn't score, it's over. Leno doesn't save. Bergen against Verbruggen. Verbruggen saves. Now it's up to another Dutchman. Jean-Paul Van Hecke is going to do it against Leno. Jean-Paul Van Hecke scores. Brighton wins the whole video and is the champion of England. The last thing I expected. What a card. And actually, this card is just a kind of red, white, and blue with all the Dutch players there. And what kind of King of the Hill should I do next?